people, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a prom look for this beautiful client. If you are interested in seeing how I achieve this look, feel free to stay tuned. And if you'd like to know more deeper details on how I achieve this look, I'll be releasing an ebook on details from products used, techniques, and so much more. So as usual, I start all of my clients with a clean face. Do not do anything on a dirty face. Like, I don't even want to say dirty, but like, what reason do you have to not start on a clean face? So once her face is clean, we begin skin prep. So this client has oily skin for the most part, so I'm going to take the time to make sure her skin is properly hydrated. So her oils are not going to have to fight with her skin as much. That's the purpose of skin prep. So it's like an even base, an even foundation before even the real foundation. Just because she has oily skin doesn't mean you should avoid moisturizers or anything. You should not leave her skin dry, and you shouldn't instantly mattify it. After prep, I'm going to follow up with a concealer on her hyperpigmentation so she can have a more even base once we place foundation on her. I'm going to follow up by doing her brows. She has fairly full brows, so there wasn't a lot to do. After that, I followed up with a concealer to clean her brows and shape them. Later on in the video, we did end up going back and shaping them to something she's like more catered to. So if you see a little difference, I'm not playing with y'all. I'm not tricking y'all. She just likes her brows a different way, which is fine. Now from the brows, I go to her eyes. Today we're going to be doing a not so soft glam, which is just a soft glam with a pop more color. There aren't any bold colors on her. I don't want to do anything red or like purple or like blue. That's not the look we're going for when we're doing a not so soft glam. I'm sticking to my neutrals for the most part, so mainly browns and white and maybe some creams. I did her liner off camera because if y'all ever tried doing liner, that's something you don't do in front of people. That's just an embarrassing moment. But I did her liner, and I'm partially blind, so I had to get real up in there and close. I was going to block the camera. So next, we're going to go into her complexion, honey. Now, let me tell you a secret. It's not crazy to be confused on what may be the best shade to use on a client that is darker or deeper in complexion, because it is common to have more than one shade all over. Like in general, people might have more than one shade somewhere in their body, but especially with deeper, darker skin, you'll see, like, it's not crazy to see 3 shades. I see at least 3 shades on her, where there's her face, there's her neck, and then there's her chest. For her, I specifically went between her face and her chest rather than her neck because her neck is darker, and it doesn't match the majority of her body. After that, I followed up with a concealer towards the center of her face and contour on the outskirts, and I'm blending it based on her face shape. There is not one size fits all. Like, when you're doing a client, you need to look and be like, figure out, map out what is the best way to basically draw their face. If that's the way you want to put it. Now, for one of my favorite parts, blush. I just adore the way blush looks on people. Like, there was a time I hated it, but girl, I love the pop of color. I love the life it brings back to people's faces. Some of y'all be looking like clowns, but for the most part, it's just gorgeous. Next, be sure to set the face using a setting powder. As you can see, I'm using the powder in the center of her face to highlight, and I follow up with some bronzer on the outskirt of her face to give her more dimension. We want to make sure her face isn't flat, which is why we go back with setting powders and bronzers and things like that, and contour, because your face is not one-dimensional. Even without makeup, you're not one-dimensional. So once she has that depth, I'm going to go ahead and dust off the excess powder and make sure everything is blended. So at this point, I'm basically done with her complexion, and I'm doing a couple of minor tweaks and adding a couple details like her liner, her mascara, her lips. Side note, please do not use mascara on more than one person. By this I mean, like, y'all, the wand should not be touching everybody's eye. Because in this video you see me using the wand straight out of the bottle, because I know I'm going to be giving her this mascara, so please don't do this. I then followed up with some falsies for a more dramatic look, and boy, they give. Now let's get into the lip. I'm sorry, I keep blocking the camera, y'all, but I went with a brown lined lip along with like pink centered, making it look very pouty, and it looks absolutely gorgeous if I do say so myself. Top it off with a gloss and you're basically done. Follow up with a setting powder and you're finito. Now, look at her. She looks too good. She looks too good. Y'all not touching her. Y'all wish there was crumbs left for y'all to eat. Y'all are starving because she ate it all. Oh my God. Anyways, I hope this was helpful. And if you want more details on services like this, be on the lookout for my ebook. Comment anything else you guys might want to see. And I'll put something up in the next time. See you guys. Bye.